Hey, what's going on, everyone? God bless you guys. So I was just reading Samuel recently. I think it was chapter 16, where Samuel went out to go anoint David. Um, and all throughout this chapter, you see God's hand at work, which is pretty remarkable. So Samuel went out to go anoint David, and Jesse, the father, presented all of his sons to Samuel, and God was telling Samuel, "No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one." And so Samuel's like, "What's going on? Like, do you have any more sons?" And Jesse was like, "Well, I do. He's in the field. He's the youngest." Jesse didn't even consider David to be an option. So Samuel said, we're not gonna sit down to eat until I get to see David. So he brought David out, and God told Samuel, "This is the one." And so David was anointed at that moment. And then if you read a little bit more, um, for those of you that know, King Saul, the king at the time, was basically God had left him, and a spirit was tormenting him. It actually says that it was a spirit from God, an evil spirit from God. So God had set this up for a purpose, as we see. Um, then in the same chapter, I believe it talks about that they were saying, let's get somebody that knows how to play the lyre or the harp, um, basically a musician that can play to soothe your spirit. And somebody knew that David was very good at playing this instrument. So they went out and got David, and David ended up becoming Saul's right hand. Saul even says that David has found favor with me. And it's just such a blessing because you see God's hand at work. God's the one that sent the Spirit. God's the one that had David anointed, and then through Saul, who invited basically his replacement to the kingdom to replace him, but he didn't know that yet. And David found favor with this king that he was ultimately destined to replace. So he got an all access pass to the kingdom from King Saul himself. And only God can set that up, So in reading this, it just it was making me think how doesn't matter the position that we're in. David was out in the field, but when God was ready for him, God began to open doors and create this path